Hello, my name is David Harner, and I am the supervisor of Wicomico County Evening High School. Welcome to our 55th commencement ceremony. 27 years ago, Evening High School held its very first commencement. On that day in 1993, just 2 students graduated. Throughout the years in between, more than 700 students in Wicomico County have earned their diploma through Evening High School. Although much has changed in those years, I imagine the feelings of each student who graduates are much the same. Then, as now, I expect most would admit to feeling proud, joy, and some relief too. In addition, each graduate has earned the opportunity to take their lives and future to the next level. I want graduates to take note that this fact is not just important to you, but important to all of us. We know that for a young adult, an education leads to more job opportunities and a better community. It will now be up to each of you to make that happen. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you welcome Superintendent of Wicomico County Public Schools, Dr. Donna Hanlon.
Seniors, parents, relatives, friends, board members, administrators, teachers, staff, and community members. It is my tradition to share my commencement comments each spring through a favorite book with a compelling message that speaks to me and would be meaningful for our seniors at this important milestone. And while this year is far from traditional, my love of literature and the messages found within continues. I usually go through many options to find just the right one with the right message. Several weeks ago, I picked up this book and looked no further. Charlie Mackesy has written and illustrated a modern fable titled The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse that is inspirational and provides the hope we all need in these uncertain times. The author brings together these 4 strangers to share universal lessons on friendship, kindness, optimism, and as one reviewer suggested, a wonderful look into the human heart. Thank you to my colleague Andrea, who gave me this beautiful book this past winter. Neither of us knew how our lives were about to be turned upside down. No one had any idea how our circumstances would change so dramatically as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, making the human heart so much more visible and vulnerable. Just as these characters have done in Mackesy's book, we've faced adversity on life's journey and have had the opportunity to ponder many questions. While doing so, we've learned about the importance of connections and courage and hope and have found our own silver linings. The characters represent different parts of being human. The boy is inquisitive. The mole is enthusiastic but greedy. The fox has been hurt, so is withdrawn from life and slow to trust, but he wants to be part of the world. The horse represents the deepest, wisest part in us, our soul. Together they share universal feelings familiar to us all. Especially in this time, I found this look into the human heart and spirit to be reassuring. Seniors, you came into this world on the heels of the 9/11 tragedy and the war on terrorism, and you have very sadly ended your senior year in a way that is stranger than any of us could have ever imagined. I feel your disappointment. Our high school years are some of the best times of our lives, and I hope you'll treasure the many memories you have of spending time with friends, attending athletic events, going to dances, performing in concerts and musicals, and of course, learning in the classroom. It devastates me that this important time in your lives was cut short before senior prom and the traditional commencement. We know that this virtual graduation can't replace what you've lost, but a huge life lesson is that some things cannot be changed, and you learn to turn adversity into promise. As the mole in the fable tells us, one of the greatest illusions in life is that it's perfect. My hope is that, like the characters in Mackesie's fable, you will grow stronger in spite of these challenges. You will be more resilient as a result of the disappointments you've faced. And you will see your own optimism, courage, and connections with those you love strengthened exponentially. The author engages the reader through beautiful illustrations, through the building of their unlikely friendships as they interact, learn to trust one another, and discover what's important in life, and through questions that they pose to one another as they travel together in what might be considered life's path. And every question is worth pondering. The inquisitive boy asks near the beginning of his journey with the mole, "What do you think success is?" And the mole responds, "To love." A bit further, the boy asks, "What do you think is the biggest waste of time?" And the mole responds, "Comparing yourself to others." Most old moles I know wish they had listened less to their fears and more to their dreams. Further along the way, the mole asks, "What is your best discovery?" And the boy responds, "That I am enough as I am." Later, after meeting both the fox and the horse, when their friendship and trust have grown, the boy asks, "What do we do when our hearts hurt?" And the wise horse, who represents our soul, suggests, "We wrap them with friendship, shared tears, and time, till they wake hopeful and happy again." And my favorite provocative question posed by the boy is, "What's the bravest thing you ever said?" And the astute horse responds, "Help." And he goes on to tell the boy that he is his strongest when he's been willing to show his weakness. That asking for help isn't giving up, it's refusing to give up. And that is indeed a very powerful lesson, especially during these challenging times. I can honestly tell you that as superintendent, I haven't always wanted to ask for help, because I assume that others need to see that I am always brave and confident in leading Wicomico County Public Schools. If I have learned anything during this time, it is the importance of relying on my team, every teacher, staff person, board member, and administrator, and my colleagues across the state. And because of my willingness to ask for help, I am stronger. We are stronger as a school system, and relationships have strengthened in the most unlikely places, just as with the characters in Mackesie's fable. And I've gotten a more intimate look into the human heart as I have read and responded to notes of desperation from parents who are really struggling. And when those parents have shown their bravery by asking for help, our staff have reached out with such compassion and understanding, a true testament to our love and concern for the well-being of our students and families. Just as in the fable, when the boy falls in the river and his friends save him, the horse reminds the others that everyone gets scared, but it's less scary together. So what does all this have to do with you today as you become graduates of Wicomico County Public Schools? Everything. Remember when earlier this school year you couldn't wait for this year to be over, for high school to be done? None of us participating in or watching this virtual commencement ceremony will ever forget the importance of not taking what we have for granted. You have arrived at this milestone despite a suddenly rocky road in your last 2.5 months. But as the wise horse shares with his newfound friends, when the dark clouds come, keep going. Travel on in spite of the obstacles and the rough terrain. When the big things feel out of control, focus on what you love right under your nose. Dance in the rain. The storm will pass. On behalf of Wicomico County Public Schools and the 7-member Board of Education, congratulations on all of your accomplishments as you transition from seniors to high school graduates. We wish you the best and hope that you realize all of your hopes and dreams and plans for the future.
I am honored to introduce our next speaker. Shalara Simmons is a clinical social worker and has 20 years experience in the mental health field. A native of the Eastern Shore of Virginia, currently residing in the city of Salisbury. She's an active member of the Princess Anne chapter of the Lynx Incorporated and Princess Anne alumni chapter of Delta Sigma Theta sorority. She was honored as one of the Daily Record's Maryland Top 100 Women in 2020 for excelling in service, leadership, and mentorship. Mrs. Simmons serves as a Kindness Commissioner for the Kindness Initiative here in Salisbury. #KindSBY. Go check it out. She is also the co-founder of the Lower Shore LGBTQ Coalition that provides education, advocacy, and support in Somerset, Wicomico, and Worcester counties. She serves as a member of the City of Salisbury Human Rights Advisory Committee. She has been married for over 20 years to her high school sweetheart, and they currently have a 10-year-old dog at home they both love. Please welcome Mrs. Simmons.
Congratulations, class of 2020. You are a unique and resilient student body, persevering to reach a goal, becoming a high school graduate. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you virtually during this special occasion. My name is Shalara Simmons, and I am so honored to celebrate you and share a message with you in the hopes it resonates with you and may even push you on your journey. In times as these, we look to find the greatness in each and every day. The importance of this very day is monumental in your personal growth. Wearing this graduation cap is a traditional symbol of this rite of passage and transition. It is my hope that you take great pleasure in the accomplishment of today as it propels you into your next phase in life. Each of your journeys will be special and no two alike, and that is what makes you extraordinary. It is your time to take the tools you have been given and create a toolbox that is perfect for your path. The fun part is that you will learn each day what you need in your personal toolbox. My journey in the field of social work has allowed me to experience so much that includes traveling to China to speak with college students, visiting Belize to provide a training and immerse myself in its culture. And my charge to you is to allow your high school diploma to drive you to take you far in your career. I love my work because of its versatility and the ability to see through so many lenses, and I can make the greatest impact in someone's life. When I first started in the field, I am certain I didn't realize the impact I could have on another person. You too are setting the stage for someone else's greatness and helping another individual find courage to keep pushing. I am able to use my creative spirit in many ways as a social work practitioner. That gives me great satisfaction. You will find your purpose in your journey as well. My goal for you is to think about the power of you. Use of self, giving of ourselves, and taking care of ourselves. In all of this lies the letter U. There are public service activities that I believe are essential in my goal of giving back to the community in which I live, work, and play. And it provides me with meaning and purpose in my life. My hope is that you find what gives you purpose and meaning, and what better time to do that than now. One main takeaway is for you to continue to believe in yourself and to create inner dialogue or affirmations that speak in a positive way. It is evident that your moral character, academic achievement, hope, and optimism have brought you to see the success of your hard work. These words from Emily Matthews may help you continue in your path. Believe in yourself, in the power of you. Have to control your own life day by day. Believe in the strength that you have deep inside, and your faith will help you, show you the way. Believe in tomorrow and what it will bring. Let a hopeful heart carry you through. For the thing will work out if you trust and believe. There's no limit to what you can do. Lastly, I leave with you a final anonymous quote that you may find useful in your journey. Integrity is choosing courage over comfort, choosing what is right over what is fun, fast, or easy, and choosing to practice our values rather than simply just professing them. There are so many of us watching and here to support you, and we cannot wait to see your greatness. Continue to be lifelong learners. Again, congratulations.
At this time, I would ask Mr. Devin Smith, Evening High School Dean of Students, to present some special awards.
Volunteering your time and energy, your passion, and your skill at any age is something that benefits everyone. Through the Student Service Learning, students address real needs while learning and earning service learning hours for graduation. Many of these hours can be earned through classroom projects, but some of the students go above and beyond. This certification or certificate recognizes a graduate who has completed over twice the required number of hours for graduation. This certificate recognizes Jalen Nicole Bowden. Congratulations. Our next recognition is unique to Evening High School and is called the Pam Nottingham Award. Pam Nottingham was a teacher at Wicomico Evening High School for 16 years when she passed in May of 2010. The Pam Nottingham Award was established in honor of her spirit and dedication to young people by recognizing a graduating senior that embodies the characteristics and that she valued and lived every day: patience, hard work, and respect for education. The student in this class that it most embodies the characteristics deserving this recognition is Farah Lynn Elliott. Congratulations.
I would like to welcome Mr. Mike Beavenauer, Assistant Principal of Wicomico County Evening High School, to call the names of our graduates, recognizing their accomplishment.
Dylan Thomas Atkins. Tyler Stephen Angie. Jalen Nicole Bowden. Janasia Gianna Boyd. Alexis Lee Collins. Farah Lane Elliott. Jared Andrew Folsom. Kendall Lynn Plum Folsom. Renasia Glover. Lindsay Nicole Hawk. Taylor Nicole Hopkins. Diamond Michelle Jackson. Dalen Kyle Ashi Johnson. Acantha Bianca June Joseph. Elizabeth Dale Learned. Stephanie Marie Parks. Nicholas Cole Pellegrin. Hannah Renee Stern. Austin Kenneth Taylor. Shania Daluska.
Dr. Hanlon, family members, and guests, in recognition of the records and achievements of the students of this class, and by the virtue of the authority vested in me as the supervisor of Wicomico Evening High School, I certify that these students have met the graduation requirements established by the Maryland State Board of Education and Wicomico County Public School System. Accordingly, it is my pleasure to recommend and present to you for the conferring of diplomas the spring class of 2020.
Mr. Harner, in recognition of the records and achievements of the students of this class, and by the virtue of the authority vested in me as superintendent of Wicomico County Public School System, it is my pleasure to certify and accept for the conferring of diplomas the graduates of Wicomico County Evening High School, class of 2020. Congratulations.
So, graduates, wherever you are, I ask that you carry on the tradition of graduating classes before you by moving your tassel from the right to the left, symbolizing your transition from student to graduate. Again, congratulations. Before we conclude, let me recognize and thank the following for their part and role in Wicomico County Public Schools and thank them for their service. Mr. Gene Malone, Vice Chair, Wicomico County Board of Education, Mr. John Palmer, and Mrs. Tanya Laird Lewis, members, Wicomico County Board of Education. A special thanks to our Wicomico Evening High School faculty and staff and the congregants from our school's faith-based partner, Faith Lutheran Church, who support our mission, faculty, and students throughout the year. I am honored to welcome one of those congregants, James Yamakawa, for a few closing remarks.
Maybe you've heard all you want to hear about perseverance and following your dreams, which, considering the times we are living in and the world you are heading out into, may or may not be the message you want to hear right now. Maybe fear and uncertainty is unavoidable. It's certainly something that all religious and spiritual traditions have to wrestle with, and there are no easy answers, no clear direction, no lack of obstacles. But there's also no lack of hope. The poet Wendell Berry once wrote, "There are, it seems, two muses, the muse of inspiration, who gives us inarticulate visions and desires, and the muse of realization, who returns again and again to say, it is yet more difficult than you thought. This is the muse of form. It may be then that form serves us best when it works as an obstruction, to baffle us and deflect us from our intended course. And maybe that when we no longer know what to do, we have come to our real work, and when we no longer know which way to go, we have begun our real journey. The mind that is not baffled is not employed. The impeded stream is the one that sings. This is the world you are in. This is your form. May you not know which way to go, and go anyway. May you always be baffled, and may you always sing. Congratulations, Wicomico Evening High School graduating class of 2020, from your family of faith.